Hello, my name is Nick Dinsmore, and this is the Nick Dinsmore YouTube channel series entitled My Story, where I am attempting to recall and retell the story of my career and my life. Where we left off, it was 1997. USWA was closing down. Ohio Valley Wrestling was in Jeffersonville, Indiana. The crew, the most experienced guys with more experience than me. I had 1 year experience at that time. The guys that had more experience went with a guy by the name of Mike Samples to start their own wrestling company in Kentucky called Kentuckiana Championship Wrestling, and that lasted about 3 months. But OVW was left with a very inexperienced locker room. And in August of 1997, Rob Conway signed up at the Nightmare Danny Davis School of Professional Wrestling. He ended up being the Iron Man Rob Conway, and then one half of La Resistance, WWE Tag Team Champions. But Rob was another guy that I knew from the Southern Indiana area. He was a local bodybuilder. I'd see him in the gyms. I was about 21 at that time. He was a few years older than I was. But he was an athlete, and he took to wrestling just like that because he's a performer. He'd been on stage doing bodybuilding, so he was not new to being a performer, being on stage. He played basketball in front of more people than OVW drew. Basketball was huge in Indiana. But he signed up in August of 1997. At that time, late 97, I started going down to Nashville, where USWA pulled out of Nashville. Music City Wrestling started in Nashville. Music City Wrestling was run by Burt Prentice, and I wrestled there towards the end of 1997, going down to Nashville every week. But then in OVW, after a couple months of training, Rob was ready to start wrestling in the ring. So it was Thanksgiving night, 1997. The OVW fans, and actually I don't think it was OVW yet. It was just the Nightmare Danny Davis School of Wrestling. We had a Sunday show in Jeffersonville, Indiana. But the fans were introduced to Rob Conway as a new student of Danny's. He was going to make a debut very soon. Dean Hill, if you've seen any of Ohio Valley Wrestling, Dean Hill's been an announcer and a commentator on Dean Hill forever, on OVW forever, with the big mustache, or did at that time. Dean Hill interviews Rob Conway in late 97 in the ring, introducing Rob to the fans. Dean says, "Why don't you help me do commentary for the rest of the night?" So they jump up in the commentary booth, chit-chatting back and forth. The night goes on. Nick Dinsmore wrestles that night, and dadgum, if I wasn't jumped by the hustler Rip Rogers and his student, protege, friend from Indianapolis, Dave the Rave. Dave the Rave was the guy that came down to Jeffersonville with Rip. Dave was a bodybuilder. He'd been wrestling a couple years. He was a character. Rip always had characters around him. Probably still does. But Rave, the big bodybuilding guy. I remember one time he sharted during a match, and he'd just been bragging because he had these new white spandex that he liked, and he lit a little apple in the match, and it kind of browned him on the back. But regardless, Thanksgiving night, 1997, Hustler and the Rave, beating up Nick Dinsmore, and the fans start chanting for Rob Conway, who's in the commentary booth, 15 feet away. Help him, help Nick, come on, go Rob, go! And Rob dives in and just makes a big comeback on both Rave and the Hustler. And from that point on, my career was intertwined with Rob Conway's, and we would meet as partners, as foes, all around the world. And probably the best opponent, one of the best opponents that I've ever had. We were always on the same page, thinking what each other was thinking. And so that closed out in 97. I was wrestling Nashville on Friday nights. Sunday nights was OVW. Go to 98. January of 98, Ohio Valley Wrestling does its very first television taping. January 11th, 1998. They began producing weekly television we would film on Wednesday nights in the Davis Arena in Jeffersonville. At that time, I believe admission was free. Everybody can come to TV, and TV would promote the event that was that Sunday night at the Davis Arena in Jeffersonville, Indiana. So I was wrestling on Wednesdays, doing TV, wrestling Friday, sometimes Saturday in Nashville, Sunday back in Jeffersonville. When Music City really started to pick up, Music City was doing good. I was told that USWA had 230 cable outlets around the country that they broadcast USWA, and I think Music City picked up almost all of them. So Music City was probably on stations all around the country. Filmed in Nashville at the fairgrounds there in Nashville. Nick Dinsmore got over. Dutch Mantell got me over using the whip. But then it was in April 4th, Music City presented the Tojo Yamamoto Memorial Night. And Rob Conway made his debut as my partner that night. In Nashville, we were called Limited Edition. Nick Dinsmore and Rob Conway were Limited Edition. We had our little white and black tiger stripe trunks. There were bodybuilding shorts. So that night in Nashville, Tojo Yamamoto Memorial Night, we wrestled 3 times. Rob and I both wrestled 3 times. We were on first, a match against Trailer Park Trash and the handsome man, Jason Lee, the most handsome man in wrestling. And this match was going to be aired first in the successive weeks, get us over, strongman tag team. And then we were in the Rumble for the North American Heavyweight title, which ended up being won by the Colorado Kid, Mike Rapata, who also, in his career, won the NWA World Heavyweight title. The Colorado Kid was the big top babyface in Nashville. He won the North American Heavyweight title that night. But then later on, we were in a 4-way tag match. Rob and I, Limited Edition, Nick Dinsmore and Rob Conway. 4-way tag elimination match for the North American Tag Team titles. One of the opponents was Ladies Night Out, Style and Shane Eden. Did I mention that I won the Rookie of the Year in that building? I co-won it with Style and Shane Eden in 1998. That's how electrifying I was in Nashville. Just selling them out, packing them in, turn them away at the door, standing room only. What a time. 4-way tag match, 1998. Tojo Yamamoto Memorial Night, Limited Edition, Ladies Night Out, Style and Shane Eden, and his partner was the 450, maybe 500-pound Frenchie Riviera. Frenchie considered himself a ladies' man, being that he was so much man. And Style and Shane Eden was a male stripper rip-off gimmick. And they were Ladies Night Out, baby faces. Another team was the Tennessee Volunteers. You would think they'd be baby faces in Nashville, Tennessee, but it was the heel top tag team of Stephen Dunn and Reno Riggins, the Tennessee Volunteers. And the 4th team in the 4-way elimination tag contest for the North American Heavyweight titles in Nashville, Tennessee, April 4th, 1998, at the Tojo Yamamoto Memorial event. The 4th team was the Rock and Roll Express. And I was so excited. I'd met Ricky and Robert once or twice before. We'd see him in the back. Rob and I would come in. Oh my gosh, it's the Rock and Roll Express. Let's go say hi to him. Every time. Hey, is you guys' names Neil and Bob? Or is that just what you do? Ricky Morton, every time, same joke. Loved the Rock and Roll Express. Looked up to them as a tag team, but being in the locker room with them, they were really cool, really nice guys. And in that match, I was really excited. I thought, we're going to be able to do all kinds of flying cool stuff in the Rock and Roll Express, and we're going to get tiptoe spot and get it all in. And I think they got pinned in the first 15 seconds, rolled out, no sweat, went right back to the merchandise table and started selling gimmicks. Totally loved it, although we didn't get a lockup with them. So Rob and I ended up winning that 4-way elimination tag match in Nashville, Tennessee at the Tojo Yamamoto Memorial event, April 4th, 1998. Rob and I won and became the North American Tag Team Champions. So as it turned out, I would wrestle Wednesday night, TV taping in Jeffersonville, Indiana. Music City Wrestling would run a live event or a spot show on Thursday nights in the Nashville area. Friday nights were TV taping in Nashville. Saturday night was the show at the building in Nashville weekly. Sunday was the live event in Jeffersonville. So I was going to school at the time, going to IUS, pursuing my degree in communications. I was working for S. Brown Wood Products, making the best kitchen cabinetry in all of southern Indiana, working my shoot job. But kind of had to sketch it down here. I was 22 years old. Monday and Wednesdays I worked at S. Brown Wood Products. Tuesdays and Thursdays I went to college at IUS. Monday nights everybody watched WWE or WCW. Tuesday nights, forgot about this, OVW ran St. Teresa's Gymnasium, so I was wrestling Tuesday nights. Wednesday morning, go back to work. Wednesday night, TV taping. Thursday morning, go to school. Drive to Nashville at night. We do live event on Thursday night, stay the night somewhere. Live event on Friday night, Saturday night. Come back home. We do OVW on Sundays. And then at home on Monday, watching Monday Night Raw. Also in April 1998, I was fortunate enough to wrestle on the the first annual Brian Pillman Memorial event. I talked at length about this in another video, but the video is to be used on an upcoming piece, so I will not be releasing the full Brian Pillman video until a later time. But regardless, it was a huge achievement and a huge event, and at that event, I met Terry Taylor, who was in the talent relations department in the office with WCW at the time. So continued to wrestle, go to school, work my shoot job, getting better, Rob and I, gelling as a tag team. And one day at the OVW Davis Arena in Jeffersonville, Indiana, Danny used to have the answering machine, the old answering machine. It's like a voicemail, but it was on an actual box, and we would have to play it with a tape. And it was Terry Taylor calling Danny's voicemail. Danny, I remember hearing it. Please let Nick Dinsmore know he's booked for WCW. Such and such date, such and such date. And I heard it, and I was like, what? And at first I thought it was a rip. I thought, okay, they're trying to pull one over on me. Danny rewound it. No, that sounds like his voice. And then it started to sink in, and like, I got nervous, but I was excited. But like nobody else in the locker room was going to be going to, I believe it was a Saturday night in Peoria, and then a Saturday night taping, and then maybe a Thunder taping, Terre Haute, Indiana, Peoria, Illinois. Saturday night taping in Terre Haute, Indiana, Peoria, Illinois was the Thunder taping. What it ended up being. But we will get into that on the next video. Please like, subscribe, comment, share, as well as check out any merchandise like this shirt or action figures or all kinds of things at MidwestAllPro.com for the merchandise. That's MidwestAllPro.com. Follow Midwest All Pro on their Twitter, on their Facebook, their Instagram, and watch their YouTube channel, because that's where all the Midwest All Pro matches are. So for the past 5 years, I've been creating Midwest All Pro Wrestling. Please check it out. Their Facebook page, Midwest All Pro Wrestling. And follow me on Twitter. And my YouTube channel right here, my stories. Tell people about it. I'm trying to get my word out. And if you're interested in being a Patreon member, we have a Patreon now also. So until next time, thank you very much.